I think the biggest takeaway from the fight for me was seeing where my dad had come from and where he'd been. Because along this process, one of the biggest things that caught my attention was me and how I act towards my son, both my sons and my wife, and why I can fly off the hook at any given moment over the smallest things. And so I started looking back, and not in a way of blaming my father, but I just wanted to know, where'd that come from, how I was raised, how he was raised, and it just was amazing that I had no clue where he'd been, where he'd come from, what his dad was like. Come to find out, he didn't have a dad, didn't have a man to take up for him, and really grew up just with his mother. And so, as he explained to me, he never had anybody looking out for his own good, especially in life and sports at school. And so he just told me that he decided when me and my brother were born that he was going to take up for us no matter the cost, any time or any place. And so as we kind of look back through the years, at a lot of sporting events, and you see my dad picking a fight with the water boy when he walked by and looked at me wrong, it just started putting things together, like, that's why he took up so much for us, because he didn't have that. And so I'm able to look back at my father, trace where he's come from, and then see how he's raised me, look at the attributes I have, and then, adjust those to the, to what they're supposed to look like with my kids, instead of just taking, what's happened in the past and keep pushing it through to the future. Now I'm able to look back, take those good aspects of what my dad brought me, those other aspects that I've kind of inherited and taken on over time. Now I'm able to look at my true father, my heavenly father, and say, okay, that's not, an aspect of, or that's not a gift that the Father has given me. That's something that I've just picked up. And so now I take what my earthly father has, what my heavenly father has, and, I'm just starting down that path of, trying to become the father that, I know I am deep down inside, but just getting everything else away that's not supposed to be there. That process is what has been sparked by the fight. One of the biggest takeaways in my life, not just from the not just of the fight, but in life in general, is that I've left here with a group of men that have been down in the dirt, that have been through everything that life could throw at you, from divorce to losing your job, to losing friends, to losing loved ones, you name it, and the men that I have around me have been through it. And so there's nothing that I go through that I can't go to a group of, 7 or 8 men that one of them hadn't been through it, and one of them hadn't, gained the wisdom through experience, to impart knowledge and wisdom as I'm going through it.